Friday night, under the big bright lights of the MCG, and it doesn't get much bigger than this. Two great rivals, Carlton versus Collingwood. For the Blues, it looks like his season over. The season has slipped quicker than a wet footy in the Northern Territories. 2 straight losses, a fan base at the brink of boiling over, and a club holding itself together with hope, tape, and key points of difference in the media. The Pies, they're top of the tree, barely breaking a sweat. Dropped 2 games all year and are brushing teams aside without breaking into third gear at times. And now they've got a chance not just to win, but to really stick the knife in to Carlton's hapless season. Let's dig deeper into the tale of these 2 great rivals. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Let's get into it. Where are Carlton at? The last 5 games, 2 losses, 2 wins and a loss. The next 5, Brisbane, Melbourne, Hawthorn, Fremantle and Gold Coast. Carlton's season is wobbly than a toddler. Their wins feel distant, their fade-outs are frequent. They're still strong at winning the footy at the coalface, but turn it over, inefficient with the ball, inefficient with scores, and pressure seems to be falling off. If they don't win this, it's boiling point. Collingwood, top of the ladder, 13-2, 5 straight wins in the last 5. Gold Coast, Fremantle, Richmond, Brisbane and Hawks to come after this. The Pies, they are flying, controlling tempo, carving sides up, and with brutal ball use, and they haven't really hit top speed yet. Every win sharpens that final sword, and there's nothing they'd love more than hurting Carlton, especially with the Blues wobbling. But the Blues would love to get this done. Let's break down the full season. As you can see, Collingwood, strong points scored, points against, the 3rd best defence. Scoring efficiency, the number 1 side. Turnover differential, the number 1 side. Clearance differential, usually average, and contested possessions. This is the vintage Collingwood. Maximum damage, minimal possessions. They're not just smashing contested teams. They punish you with ball use. They make you play chicken. Hit targets, they make it count. And when we look at their shift in the last 5, still strong for points scored and points against. Clearance differential a little bit wobbly, but that I-50 and that turnover differential getting better. Nearly averaging 5 goals at the minute, forcing their opposition to turn over with a mixture of real pressure and perceived pressure. They're never a strong contested side, but they do work you out. Carlton, mid-table, points scored, points against, 8th. Contested possessions, the number 1 side in the league, and making. Scoring efficiency, though, right near the bottom of the ladder, and the turnover differential, worrying. Carlton get the ball forward, but they butcher it. They win the intercepts. They don't use it. Carlton may be a good coalface side, but around defensive transition and all the important factors, they are wasteful and often exposed. And in the last 5 games, it paints a picture. The clearance differential is slowly starting to slip. The scoring efficiency getting better because Carlton are winning last quarters when the game is lost. They are falling off the pace. Their clearance strength is slowly working. Their defensive work rate is slipping, and they're leaking goals. Let's look at how they can fix it. Carlton's paths to victory are obvious. Contested control to territory conversion. Carlton are the number 1 contested possession side, but this doesn't translate into the scoreboard in modern game. The key is making that grunt, getting to positions where it's not just raw numbers, not bombing it forward under heat, but trying to change angles of attack. Get the ball first and look to stretch Collingwood's zones. They want to shift interceptors like Darcy Moore, find better angles inside 50, and think about controlling it, then moving it with purpose. They need to use the hard work Hewitt and Cripps do to win it, and then try and free up someone. Is that Sard, Hollands? Is that Chera? Is it some way of being able to hold your shape and then relaunch, particularly off halfback where Carlton intercepts it well, but don't punish teams? Number 2 is minimising turnover football. Collingwood are the kings of this. They punish poor disposals like no other team in the competition. If Carlton go kamikaze down the wing, it's game over. The fix is finding a way to play conservative footy with purpose. When you find that option, go fast, gain territory, force the turnovers, pressure around the ball. Don't just look for contested bomb clearance madness. Look for kick mark chains, particularly across halfback. Use your wings to frustrate Collingwood's pressure and give you an outlet out wide. Carlton really do lack that after quarter time. They need to survive early storms and then looking at controlling the game for 4 quarters. A big one is slow the Pies down. Slow the Pies handball chains. When they get rolling, they use link-up plays, especially with Daicos and Lipinski. They're nearly unstoppable. The Blues have to disrupt the first link, not aim to stop the last one. That's too late. That means tackling and pressuring first receivers, not chasing, making sure you're there at the furnace. Nick Daicos will look to free himself up. Alex Cincotta, does he play on him on a hard roll? Because the hard tag is killing you. You have to do something to negate his presence and stop the second guessing of the runs. Take away Collingwood's overlap and force them to look for longer kicks is a key structure to success. And then the forward 50. Carlton's forward 50 line looks chaotic, particularly under pressure. The long kicks down into that awful pocket to Kerner are totally mispositioned, and it's no plan B. The change must be made. They need to use a forward to play high up and force Murphy up the ground. Force their fullback up the ground. Get more down the ground. Try and get someone to play deep and keep them honest. And then set up the ground level crummers like Motlop, like Fogarty, not to be at the drop of the contest, but also lead for the contest. No more high balls to 2-on-1s. Mix it up. Low darts, short 25 kicks, deliberate targets inside deep, but also coming up the ground. They don't need more inside 50s. They're already good at that. They need to make sure they can. How do Collingwood win this? Easy. Dominate the turnover game. The Pies force the most turnovers in the comp, and Carlton are absolutely guilty of doing this. Knowing Carlton rank bottom 4 in scoring efficiency from turnovers, the blueprint is simple. Press, trap, then punish. The Daicos boys, particularly Josh off halfback, is going to be having a lot of fun here. Carlton do waste it in the opposition's halfback ball line, but the forward pressure is key. Make the halfbacks of Carlton pounce over the top kicks, kicking high, cause the chaos. The more that happens, the more Pies thrive. Number 2 is own that midfield spread. They don't just need to win clearances outright. They need to get Carlton to bomb clearances. Carlton are guilty of this. They win a lot of clearances, and when the ball spills out, they just bomb it up. This is where they set traps. Use your outside runners at halfback to create them intercepts. Josh Daicos, Quaynor, get that quickly to Lipinski. They can slice Carlton's loose structure open. Carlton are incredibly vulnerable off turnover because of how many men they commit back. Use the wings, kick to pockets, try and isolate Carlton one-on-one, reset quickly when it breaks down. You are already there to success. Exploit Carlton's defensive gaps. While Carlton's defence is strong in its ability to resist, it's poor in its ability when it's repeat entries against. The Pies need to look at the tactic that's worked. Keep Wheating away from the drop zone in at full back. Use one of the big guys to push him out there, let Membry work up the ground. Isolate Haynes. He struggles if you can keep him away from the contest. And keep width in your forward zones. That's where it's really strong. Jamie Elliott, players like that can find ways to pick holes in Carlton as they start to guard space, not men. And mentally, try and take the belief out of Carlton early. Carlton have been very vulnerable, particularly over the last 2 weeks. And if the Pies can come out of the blocks fast, the Blues will start to tighten up. The first quarter is critical. If Carlton trail and have to play catch-up footy, that's when the fade-outs are maximised. They need to hit the ground running hard. Score early, take the crowd out of it, take any momentum out of it, make Carlton chase you, and then you will control the game. What needs fixing urgently for Carlton is scoreboard nourishment. They win enough of the footy, they bomb it forward, we get a lot of numbers that look nice, but it is ineffective. It has to be cleaner, but more importantly, being deliberate and purposeful. Midfield, they start strong, then fade. They need to get better rotation, better points of difference in there, and play more direct. And turnovers, Carlton intercept like a beast. You've got to hit a team when they are most vulnerable. None of this pissing it around side by side. Get it going there fast. Get that transition moving as quickly as possible. Collingwood is the work around the coalface. Carlton's best chance lies here. So that's where you've got to structure up. Make Carlton have to kick long bombs. Stop the handball change. Stop any form of freedom there. And complacency, at times Collingwood do coast, and that's where there will be an opportunity. No team has been able to turn it on yet, but for Collingwood, it's about creating that control and staying within touch and distance. This is a big game, two sides heading in the opposition, opposite directions. Carlton is about survival. Beat Collingwood, maybe you get some chocolates this week. Lose, and tell you what, it's game over. It's going to be hell on earth. For the Pies, it's making a statement. It's breaking the hearts of your most hated rivals, and also continuing to keep the flag hopes alive. Can Carlton shock the footy world, or will Collingwood do what they always do? Let me know your thoughts on the predictions in the comments. As always, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Can't wait to cover this one live for Friday night's Watchalong, and hopefully I'll be smiling at the end of it. I'll see you soon. Much love. Pom out.